Today, we're exposing the absolutely heartbreaking struggles and incredible personal tragedies that the cast of Young Sheldon has been hiding behind those perfect smiles. When Young Sheldon premiered as a prequel to the mega hit The Big Bang Theory, nobody could have predicted the insane personal battles the cast would face off-camera. From devastating car crashes to shocking family revelations, these stars have weathered storms that would break most people. Let's start with the show's sudden cancellation that blindsided the entire cast. Annie Potts, who brilliantly played Sheldon's vivacious grandmother, was completely shocked when CBS pulled the plug after 7 seasons. In her own words to Variety, she felt totally ambushed by the decision. Some industry insiders are whispering that there's more to this story than what's being shared publicly. Why would a top-rated show be cancelled with seemingly no warning? What was really happening behind the scenes? Speaking of Annie Potts, you won't believe the life-altering tragedy she survived before becoming the Hollywood icon we know today. At just 21 years old, Potts was in a horrific car crash that nearly took her life when drunk teenagers drag racing crashed into her head-on. This wasn't just any accident, it nearly broke every bone below her waist. Can you imagine facing the possibility of never walking again when you're dreaming of an acting and dancing career? After more than 20 operations and a lifetime of recovery, Potts revealed to The Guardian that she's still trying to recover, even now. This eye-opening revelation shows just how much strength lies beneath her sassy Meemaw character, but Potts isn't the only Young Sheldon star who's survived a devastating crash. Young actress Raegan, who began playing Missy Cooper at just 9 years old, experienced her own terrifying collision when a drunk driver T-boned her car on the way to set. The trauma was so severe that she still suffers panic attacks while driving. In her heartbreaking words, "That sound sticks with you." The metal-on-metal crash and airbags deploying created memories that haunt her to this day. What's absolutely wild is how the show later required her to film car scenes despite her trauma, though sources say the cast and crew were incredibly supportive. The show's breakout star, Iain Armitage, has had his own struggles transitioning from child actor to teenager in the spotlight. Having started the show at just 9 years old, saying goodbye was harder than I thought it was going to be, as he confessed on CBS Mornings.
I thought it was a really wonderful way to say goodbye to these characters. And, as sad as some of the scenes were to film and as hard as some of the scenes were to film, we have such talented actors on our show.
But what's truly fascinating is how the writers actually prevented him from showing emotion during one of the most devastating scenes. The death of George Senior writer Steve Malaro specifically instructed him not to cry, believing it would be more heartbreaking if his face showed no emotion. Was this brilliant direction, or potentially harmful to a young actor processing grief on screen? Emily Osment joined the cast later in the series, but she's no stranger to Hollywood trauma. Growing up in the shadow of her famous brother, Haley Joel Osment, and starring in Hannah Montana, exposed her to strange invasions of privacy that her brother says prevented her from having a normal childhood. And just when you think her story couldn't get more heartbreaking, both her brother and her parents lost their homes in the devastating Eaton wildfire of January 2025. Despite this unimaginable loss, she posted an inspiring message of strength on Instagram, proving her resilience is unmatched. Now let's talk about the shocking family secrets of Ed Begley Jr., who played Dr. Grant Linkletter. At 16, he discovered the mind-blowing truth that his family friend Sandy was actually his biological mother, the result of an affair his Oscar-winning father had hidden. This revelation shattered his world and sent him spiraling into alcohol and pill abuse. As if that wasn't traumatic enough, his father died of a heart attack in 1970, and in the years that followed, Begley Jr. was randomly stabbed and hit by a car. He described these events as having biblical proportions, and honestly, we can see why. Thankfully, he's been sober since 1979, but the question remains, did these traumas actually shape his performance on young Sheldon in ways viewers never realized? Even Jim Parsons, who narrated the show and appeared in the finale, has his own tragic backstory. His decision to leave The Big Bang Theory, which directly impacted the creation of young Sheldon, came after profound personal loss. His father died in a car accident at age 52, and when Parsons was approaching 46, he realized if he had 6 years left to live like his father, he needed to try something new. Around the same time, his 14-year-old dog passed away, intensifying his grief and pushing him toward major life changes. Some fans speculate this emotional turmoil actually enriched his portrayal of adult Sheldon in ways that added surprising depth to the character. The stunning Ming-Na Wen, who played Dr. Carol Lee, overcame incredible obstacles as a Chinese-American immigrant who moved to the US at age 5. Her heartbreaking confession that "I wanted to be anybody else but Asian" reveals the identity struggles she faced growing up in white America. Industry insiders even advised her to anglicize her name, but she refused to compromise her identity. When she received her Hollywood Walk of Fame star, she powerfully declared that people don't need to be named Tom, John, or Mary to feel American. Could her personal journey of self-acceptance have informed her portrayal of the confident physicist on young Sheldon? From Wallace Shawn's midlife political crisis to Craig T. Nelson's battle with alcoholism and rage, the cast of young Sheldon has weathered storms most of us couldn't imagine. Yet they've transformed personal tragedy into artistic triumph, creating characters that have captured hearts around the world. So the next time you watch Young Sheldon reruns, remember the incredible strength behind those performances. These aren't just actors, they're survivors whose real-life struggles make their on-screen achievements all the more remarkable. If you found these revelations as mind-blowing as we did, smash that like button and subscribe for more shocking Hollywood truths. Drop a comment letting us know which young Sheldon star's story surprised you the most.